You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Days of Our Lives fans. I have got the latest weekly promo for you, and it is titled The Secret's Out. Well, the secret that's out is Sloan's dirty baby stealing secret. And the little words that show up during the video say, and the wait is finally over. So yeah, there is so much to talk about. She is busted. I do have a theory about how it's going to go, because if you remember, Ken Corday said that the baby's going to go back without the whole truth coming out. But this promo makes it look like the whole truth is coming out. So we're going to talk about that. If you haven't, please reach down, click subscribe so you don't miss any of our updates. And let's talk about this new promo. There are 4 big scenes, but there's so much meat to it. So the very first one, we've got Konstantin Meleounis and we've got John Black. And Constantine, it looks like they're in that little crappy room where the Black Patch guys have their office, either that or a storage closet, I don't know. Constantine shows John the pawn card, the one he just shook back out of Thomas DiMera, flashes it. That's all it takes. And John asks, "What's my mission?" So spoilers say on Tuesday, April 30th, Constantine has control of John and gives him orders. I feel like that Constantine wants to use him to target Steve Johnson, because Constantine seemed very honest, open, forthright, scarily so, when he told the guys in the park the other day that he does forgive John for the death of Katerina because John was brainwashed and he didn't know what he was doing. But he pointed out that Steve was voluntarily working for Victor Kiriakis and was handling the pawn while he was out doing assassinations and stuff. So Steve was making knowing, conscious choices, and that has already put a little wedge between John and Steve. And then clearly Constantine wants to break them completely apart. He wants to destroy them both. He has not forgiven anybody for Katerina's death. Other Constantine spoilers for the week, just while we're at it. Tuesday the 30th, Julie is not happy to hear about Maggie marrying the guy. Also on Monday, Constantine wants Teresa to help him get rid of that pesky prenup. And by Friday the 3rd, Maggie tells John and Doc about the wedding, and they are very concerned. And of course, John isn't going to remember any of this stuff that Constantine has told him, because that's the whole nature of the pawn stuff, is like a black hole in John's memory. All right, so the next scenes we have ties back to the whole getting lost in the snowstorm thing from last week and the week before. We've got Chanel Dupree and her husband, Johnny DiMera, at the hospital. She is in a hospital gown. She's getting checked out by Kayla, and then she and Johnny are hugging, and we hear Kayla saying it's radiation poisoning. Paulina is completely shocked, and she's like, "My daughter is sick because of me." And then Kayla's hugging her, comforting her. So on Friday, we just saw Chanel kind of not feeling well. She was telling Johnny she was run down and she just wanted to go lay down. And Tuesday, the 30th, is when we should see this scene happen. Chanel is sick and Paulina and Johnny are worried. Wednesday, May 1st, Chanel's health spirals. So I did some research, and it's really weird. It's hard to find what can happen to you if you are exposed to the radioactive iodine treatment when someone else gets it. Most of the stuff that you can find online is about what are the risks to you as a patient from taking that radioactive iodine and precautions you should take. But I did find a little bit, and basically for the first 8 hours, you definitely have to stay away from everybody. You can't be around anybody. And then for like 3 days, you're supposed to stay way away. And then after like a week, you can resume sleeping in the bed beside your loved one and things like that. But it was like these weird instructions, like when you go to the potty, you have to flush twice and clean off everything, and don't let anybody touch your dirty clothes because you sweat out the radiation. So Paulina commandeered that snowplow, went to save Chanel's life. And if you've seen a snowplow, the cabin is tiny, like in a tractor. And so Chanel was right up on top of Paulina and exposed to that radiation. On the flip side, if Paulina hadn't gone to get her, Chanel probably would have died of exposure. So it's kind of a catch-22 situation. So what I did find out from my research, though, is that exposure to that kind of radiation can affect future fertility and 10 women. So we'll see what Kayla, and I'm assuming Sarah Horton may be involved in this as another doctor at University Hospital, how they treat her, what the concerns are, and whether it affects her ability to have children with Johnny. I was worried she might already be pregnant because that radiation exposure is very bad for pregnant women and little babies. All right, now we're getting to the meat, the secret coming out. So the third scene of the promo is Leo Stark talking to EJ DiMera, and Leo says, "Your son didn't die." EJ grabs a hold of Leo by the collar and he's like threatening him, and Leo's going, "He's alive. I swear it's the truth." And EJ is saying, "Oh my God." So this happens Friday, May 3rd, where the spoilers say Leo tells EJ a life-changing secret. And that comes, the reason he does it is because Thursday, May 2nd, Sloan tells Leo she's cutting off the money, cutting off his allowance because she has to because of Eric. So it looks like that should all start on Friday, probably carries over into the following week. The thing is, what Leo doesn't know is that Jude isn't EJ's son. So that's like a little piece of information that EJ is missing. The people that know that are Melinda Trask and Sloan and that sketchy doctor that was conspiring with them. So when Leo tells him your son didn't die, Leo really thinks that Jude is EJ's son. So that's very interesting and important. And then the last scene is EJ DiMera confronting Sloan Petersen, and it looks like he goes to her apartment. It's kind of hard to tell because it's a close-up. You'll see in the promo. I'm going to show it to you in just a second. EJ is raging at her. Yeah, it is at the apartment. That's right. Because Sloan is holding blanket. Still not a baby. They still don't even have a doll. It's just a rolled up blanket. Sloan's holding baby blanket and EJ is raging. "That is not your baby." And then he blows up and he goes, "You lying." And then they mute the audio, but you'll see when you can see it. He is definitely saying the B word loud and clear. While he's yelling at her, there's a little black and white montage of a few pictures. One is Eric pointing an accusatory finger. Looks like he's in his apartment. Then there's one of Nicole looking stunned at the DiMera mansion. Eric choking Leo in his hotel room. So again, Friday, May 3rd, Leo tells EJ this life-changing secret after Sloan cuts off the money. We know that Dimitri is set to be released from prison. No word yet if DVL is coming back to Salem. But it looks like this is going to start on Friday, carry over into Monday. I'm going to talk about this more in my Sunday predictions video, but just real quick, so check back tomorrow for that. I suspect that Sloan's going to cut a deal with EJ, and I'll tell you about that in the predictions. So come back tomorrow. As always, we're talking Days of Our Life 7 days a week right here. Hang on for 1 second, and I'm going to play this promo for you. Drop your comments on what you're excited to see. Subscribe if you haven't. As always, it's Belinda from Soap Dirt. Buckle up. Here's that brand new Days of Our Lives promo.
What's my mission?
It's radiation poisoning. My daughter is sick because of me.
Your son didn't die. He is alive. I swear it is the truth.
Oh, God. That is not your baby. You lying